But
Well, have you ever been
I think
recognized
that's
by
it.
someone you went to high school with, and you were trying really hard not for them to recognize you? Because that happens to me way too often.
Well, you guys
Whenever
all went to like public schools, right?
You're damn right I did. I went to public school in rural Massachusetts. And so whenever I go back to Massachusetts, like see my family for something, I cannot go like 3 steps without someone going, "Oh, hey, what's life like since high school?" And I'm like, "Better than yours." You know,
Jesus.
typical stuff.
Ouch.
So
No,
you
I-
act
Typical,
like
yeah,
so
typical.
I see. I act like I'm not a celebrity, but then you're like, "Fuck you."
No, these are things I say in my head. Normally when I
Oh.
say, I'm like, it's like, "Hey,
Okay,
how's it
that's
going?" I'm
different.
like, "It's good." Like, where
Yeah.
do you live? Like, oh, you live around here? Like, no, bitch, you know where I live. Don't pretend that you don't.
Everyone knows I'm New York Jason.
Yeah.
Everyone calls me
And
that.
the guy
The
on
town I
TV.
grew up in is only like 20,000 people, right?
Hmm.
And, you know, like, I'm friends with a lot of them on Facebook. Like, if you're going to pretend
How
you
many
don't
people
know
were
where
in
I
your
live.
graduating class? How many people were in your graduating class?
Well, the school I went to like a Voc Tech school, so it was like a district. It was like a regional school for high school, so there was probably like 1,500 kids in the school. So my graduating class was like, I don't know, like 600 people.
Yeah, mine
maybe.
is 60 people.
Yeah, same with mine.
But I
Yeah,
literally
so-
I can't take like any steps outside my parents' house without someone trying to talk to me about what life is like in the big city, you know, or some
The Big
bullshit
Apple.
like, yeah, some bullshit like, oh, I have a kid now. That's great. We weren't friends in high school.
Huh.
Why are you talking to me?
That's so funny. I do have a story about that, an anecdote about
course you
that
do.
one.
You have a kid?
You have a kid. You heard it
Secret
here
family.
first.
Secret families, yes.
Canonized. It's been canonized that Ethan has a kid.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
What's his
There's a
name?
field of
So-
Florida.
His name is Presatura. So I told Spencer. I think Spencer heard this like immediately after. So I was never and still am not a cool person. And back in high school, I had like one really good friend, Scott Swoon PM. Shout out Scott. Too bad for the horses. And you know, I sat with a lot of cool people. Like this, you know, it's like one of those things where maybe Spencer can speak more to this as well. But like because you have a small like school, you feel like everyone's cool with each other. But reality, like you know, you're not really friends with everybody.
Yeah.
You're not really friends. Even if you sat with them, you know, y'all went on the class trips, y'all sat together, y'all inquired together.
You're friends
not
because of
real.
proximity.
Exactly.
And so there was one time where, you know, again, I'm a huge nerd. People made fun of me for like liking Star Wars or eventually, you know, oh, Ethan, you trying to be all dapper now? Like, you know, like the last part of
the
senior
language.
year, wearing a tie and everything. And so, yeah, oof. I did not, I mean, we're going to have a podcast on old Ethan. I did not make it easy for myself to escape without ridicule, okay? It was, I got to hand it to them. For not holding you know, if they held their tongue, they did it really well, despite all the insults. Not insults, just teasing. But anyway, I went because it was my, not only was it my 5-year reunion, I guess, honor year, you know, graduated 2012, so 2017 would be the, you know, 5 years. That also was the year that my my choir teacher, or the chorale director, who I had, you know, done all 4 years with, especially she was quitting
wish.
to go to be choir director at a different school. So it was like it was the last thing, and she at alumni weekend, alumni Sabbath, shout out SDA's Kiyoshi. They do a thing where they invite all the existing alumni, whoever's there, to sing a song that we all had. It's like a tradition that we all learn every year in chorale. And so at this, you know, I went there for that, you know, to say goodbye to my teacher, take a picture, and also sing this song as for like her send off. And
Sing the song.
while we were sitting there, no, there was a moment. This guy comes in, and he was a really cool dude. We never hung out. I remember very clearly that him and his friends made plans to hang out at the mall and invited other people in front of me, and then ignored me. Like,
I
and we're again,
fucking
this is a
love that.
very small school. Okay, this is like
60
weren't
people,
invited-
and they're looking you in the eye, going.
Yeah, they're
"Everyone
like,
else
"Hey,
is invited."
Hey, they were like, "Hey,
Yeah.
Grace, you want to like we're gonna hang out? Oh yeah, Byron's gonna come with you. Oh shit, yeah, we should bring in Kevin." And I'm sitting there like also, and then they like leave. You know,
Invite
Hey,
you
and then-
where are we meeting up?
To the left and to the right
Yeah.
of you. But not
We'll
So
send
it's,
you
you know-
details,
Great.
Ethan.
Yeah. Yeah, and I remember this because I think I Tumblred about it, and then the next time they did
Tumbled
invite
about
me
it.
because I think someone did read it, and they were like, "Hey, we should invite Ethan." It was, and like that was even more embarrassing because it's like, "Oh fuck,
Pity
they knew I
invite,
was,
yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
They thought you were. They thought you were
yeah.
gonna be like a.
Anyway,
those
so me and
crazy
Scott are
people.
sitting there, and then like one of the guys from that group comes in and sits next to us, like, "Hey, dude, what's going on?" I'm like, "Why are you
Nice
sitting
cock,
with
bro.
us?" Like we're
can't
not. I
sit
mean,
with us.
we're like, yeah, we're friends, but it's like, how? Where's your pals now? It's just me and Scott, the coolest guys ever, you know. But you know, I mean, of course, I mean, it's not. They were never like overtly mean or wasn't overtly bullying. It's just, you know, we weren't as close as, you know, maybe 12-year-old Ethan wanted to be or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I was just
But,
friends with all the like student government kids, so I was like friends by proxy with all the like responsible cool kids. Like, you
All
know,
the people who
all the you know, like you know, there were the regular cool kids who like, you know, got in trouble
well,
like
Student
for like
government,
smoking
we're
weed
not-
at a party or
yeah.
whatever, but I was like
Right.
all the cool kids I hung out with were like, I'm like, you know, on the varsity volleyball team and I'm
Well,
the
dude.
valedictorian.
dude, that's who those people were, man.
Yeah. Oh, those were the
My
Minos?
government people.
Those
Yeah,
were the
those were the
Minos for
peop-
you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like my school was so small. It's even because remember, because yours is like a more generic Christian school, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mine, because again, mine is like more is it's SDA, so we have a lot. The amount of good, you know, responsible kids is way, you know, greater, right? And so yeah,
Not
these
in
were like
public
yeah,
school.
this was like the class president, the class vice president, the head, like the girls volleyball team head, the guy who was on the soccer team. These were all genuinely nice, like, you know, nice, well-adjusted, normal people who are just gonna go to the mall to hang out. They just happened to make all their plans in front of me, and
Nice.
and all that kind of thing. So again, I'm just the fact is they're not mean. I'm just a loser, is what I'm trying to tell you.
and we're canonizing.
I
that.
deserved it, is what I'm saying.
Again, I am not defending myself here. I literally brought Legos to play with by myself to school. Okay, this is yeah. You're not gonna invite
Yeah.
the weirdo with the
Jesus
Legos. I mean,
Christ!
they're not wrong here. They're
Yeah,
not
and
wrong.
you know they invited you because they thought you might, you know, bring something cool later.
Oh my
This kid
God.
got Legos.
You know-
Seems
To
upset.
save our own
So,
skins, we have to
You know,
take
this,
them out
you know,
from
for bringing
time to time.
it back to the whole point
Christ.
about, you know, stuff, I feel like all of this was kind of a reason to why, like, now as a person, if you want to call it clout, whatever, is why
A
I
person
like
of
to
clout?
be as a person of POC, as I
Yeah.
like to call it, as I am.
Can we make?
I like to-
How about that? How about that as an edgy T-shirt? It's
That's a
big,
good t-shirt,
big
guys.
text, big text. I'm a POC, and then in parentheses, very, very small, person of clout.
Okay, I'm wearing this highlight. I'm putting this.
Okay, we need to like write down that shirt idea because that's pretty good. We got to get on that before fucking Throwing Fits does. That's
Yeah.
something they
Yeah.
would do.
That's
Kind of
that is
sh-
something- that
Kind
is
of shirt
so
that
good.
pair perfectly
Yeah.
with this is called Vibe Hat.
Uh huh.
Works
I
hand in
go
hand,
with the
I think.
waistcoat. Once brought my Legos to school and entertained myself at school when the rest of the class was on a trip. Remember, okay, this is. Okay, I don't know why I'm gonna share this, but I'm going to show you just how much of a loser I am. Okay,
Oh my
and how much
God.
of a fucking nerd.
You don't have to
Again.
debase yourself.
I don't have to, but my whole thing
But you're
is
doing it for some reason.
I am a regular. In fact, I shouldn't have clout because of how dumb I am. But here it is. As a kid, and again, my kid, I mean a perfectly functioning high school student, and Spencer knows this. When we would go out for family dinners, I would bring my laptop, a set of headphones, and a hard drive so I could watch shows while my family's eating dinner outside in the restaurant.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Like it would be like.
Listen,
in the
I don't
middle-
like my
in the
family
middle-
either, but that's a
in
step
the,
too far.
in
Yeah,
the
too
middle,
far,
in the
yeah.
middle of CPK, it would be my mom, my dad, my brother, and then
God.
me, with a laptop out there, plugged in headphones, plugged in hard drive, watching like Family Guy out in public.
God, you're
Right
watching
out there.
Family Guy
You're
at an Olive
watching-
Garden. Like,
You're
Yeah,
watching
or-
Family
no,
Guy
that
Best
happens
Moments
too.
compilations.
Yeah.
best moments.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Kiyoshi? Yeah.
So, just
Who
to
hurt me?
clarify, was this at like you get seated at the restaurant, dining room table, inside, outside, wherever, and you're like there on your laptop while everyone else is like got their plates of food or ordering food.
Yeah.
at the
So
table.
when the food comes, I would have to shift so I could continue watching and then eat. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. It's bad.
Okay, let me ask another question.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Did anyone else also bring an electronic device to also entertain themselves while you as a family unit were out to eat?
The answer is no.
Okay.
Man, you know what? Kids are lucky now. They could do that with like an iPhone and a pair of AirPods, and like they would not like you would not like it would not look out of the ordinary.
Yeah, as Jeremy would and Ivan are saying here, like people did it with Game Boys or DS, which is what my thought process was. Like, okay, I have
except it's
already
a
brought
laptop.
my DS and stuff, and I'm playing. Why not I just watch Parks and Recreation while I'm at like what's the difference? The common thread, as Matt would say, is there, guys. So
Man.
you know, and I mean, you know, it probably just comes down to, you know, I was just, you know, not in the best place, you know. I only had my friend Scott. Again, I was, you know, I was also younger than all of my like classmates by like 1 or 2 years at the very least. So I didn't have a lot of people who shared my same interests. So, and I think Spencer knows this about me. Eating for me is a very like personal time, and especially I like, you know, I think we both like to eat and watch something. I think that's something that we both share. So it was kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like when I'm eating lunch, I don't like
right.
doing a working lunch or whatever. I want to completely.
Yeah. So
you know.
that's why I think that, you know, especially when you're in high school, you know, you don't have a lot of time to yourself, right? Like you're kind of, you know, you're always with other people, and then you have to be like doing homework. So then, you know, dinner time, unfortunately this is with family, but like to me it was like, okay, the only time I can like totally like relax. So
yeah, totally relaxed.
but yeah, I mean,
Laptop,
there's a reason why I did it. There's you know, there's a lot of stuff like that. But I mean, it's still kind of like a weird loser thing to do. I know, and the thing is, I don't think I'm like autistic or anything. It was just something really kind of shitty.
I didn't know that was I didn't know we were asking that question.
Well,
We were all
I
asking.
I guess.
That was the
like,
topic of the episode.
Yeah, does
Ethan
Ethan have autism?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is, you know, I have seen it later on, you know, as like, you know, looking back, I hate that I did that, and then I've been on like, you know, like tours of like London or whatever, where of course there is someone who has autism, you know, who is very susceptible to sensory stuff, which is why they have to wear, you know, like the headphones and have something with them. So, but you know, I thought, oh, is that why I did it? And I'm like, no, I wasn't like that. That is like a real, like they are medically, that makes sense. I was just being a kid
like, no.
who just didn't want to talk to anybody and just kind of have like me time.
Your parents not like say anything, or were they just like, this is not the battle we want to fight with her?
They had given up.
It probably was that. It didn't happen again. It wasn't like a very long thing because obviously I stopped pretty, like it didn't carry over very long. But yeah, so it's, you know, it's a very funny story.
Big
Yeah.
yikes.
Big yikes! Yeah, again, this is all about how Ethan is not the coolest person, and
Well,
this is the man
I don't
who.
think any of us
Wait,
were cool.
It's Ethan
Exactly.
was not the
Maybe
coolest
Kiyoshi, he
person.
seems like he was cool.
I'm still not. I'm
No.
still not.
You,
No?
you
Alright.
You haven't heard
changed,
the
man.
stories. You haven't heard the